that means that me and you, we are still here. I like it when I keep a date with you, right? Because I know that I'm going to have a whole lot of fun, amazing fun from the studios. All right, so right now is our segment where we get to talk about arts, like fine arts. All right, so I'm talking about art, but let's look at what exactly is art. But before I go into that, let me introduce my guest. My guest. I told you earlier that if you want to know how I am looking, I'm blushing right now. And if you also want to know how my guest is looking, head up to the YouTube and Facebook channel at Eagles FM Abuja so that you will see my guest. And I believe you will also be like, young man, why would you go to school and come back and choose to do art? But it is passion, and of course passion, it is what it is. So head up right now to Eagle FM at Eagles FM Abuja on YouTube and Facebook. Also, you can drop me a message there and I'll grab it right away as we are live. So now we're going to talk about art, but I have with me an art lord. I love to call him art lord, all right? But that is because I've watched some of his works and I see how it doesn't take him a blink to just finger pin before you know something is ready. So I have Chimobi Ono, aka the Mage. The Mage.
Hi Holy and hi Eagles FM. Hi Abuja. Hope you guys are doing okay this evening.
It's nice to have you. You see that voice so calm, like hi. Anyway, that's our big boy sound. But you know me say I can't say big boy now. You know come reason and bring this.
Still fine now, girl.
All right.
Yeah,
anyways, you heard this. Chimobi says still they find your Oga. Okay, Oga, maybe you're the one. But Chimobi is an art lord, like he is an artist who deals with fine arts. All right, but let's take a look at what that is. When I say art, I mean the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily by their beauty or emotional power. So I like how they put that out there. And of course there are lots of varieties as far as art is concerned. And far back in those days, I remember that in every elderly person's house that you go, you must see an art at the sitting room. But today, it feels like it's not like it used to be anymore. But we don't know why. But I have an artist in the building right now today. The Mage. The Mage is his business name. So I am going to talk to you in a bit before I get to open the phone lines for my arts lovers out there that are listening to us this evening. Okay. So now, okay, let's meet you.
Well, my name is Chimobi Ono. Okay. I'm originally from Enugu State, Nigeria. I'm from Sude, Enugu State. I'm from a family of 8. Yeah, so we're a big family.
Wow.
I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
Wow, 2 beautiful sisters.
Very fine. No?
Wow. All right, so let's talk about the dream. How did you come about becoming an arts lord, like an artist?
Well, I've always loved art.
Okay.
I've always been an artist. Back when we were kids, me and my cousins would always do this little competition where we draw cartoon characters and figure out who has the best. Well, mine was always the best. Well, it's me. So
that was how it is. Okay, so you mean you discovered that you are a lover of arts early?
Yeah, I like creating. I liked drawing. I love drawing. But for some time, I didn't really put my mind into it though. There was this boy in secondary school. I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm swearing on air. There's this portrait he did back then, and I loved it. And I asked him how he makes it, and he showed me how he makes it easier for him to get the likeness of the person.
Yeah.
And since then, I've just been, growing my arts, drawing. I've kept drawing.
So at what age exactly did you not discover yourself and say, okay, Chimobi, I love arts. Despite I'm a graduate, I just want to face and be focused on arts.
Well, I started doing I started getting paid for arts even before I graduated from the university. I studied computer science in Unizik.
Wow.
Yeah, so I study computer science. But that's most of the time when I tell people I study computer science and I'm a professional artist, they'll be like, ah, how do
How
those
did
two
you
relate?
manage?
How do those two
I was
relate?
gonna
But
I was gonna ask you too.
it's just I don't know when we all need to be tech savvy. Forget in the world we live in now, we all need to be tech savvy. So I think I went to computer science because I wanted to learn coding at the time, but along the line, I just realized I would rather just be an artist. I like the process of having to create something
To
from the
create
scratch with
something
your
by
fingers, and
yourself.
then it comes out so beautiful, and people have this. It gives people this wow feeling. Like, oh, you made that. So yeah.
Anyways, if you are listening to us, please hurry to our YouTube or Facebook. You will see Chimobi, all right? The Mage is his name. Of course, it's his business name. You will see that he displayed some art behind my back. Some art are just here. I don't know. But they are looking so, so lovely. So go check it out. You will see that this young man sitting right here, of course, knows how to do some magic with his fingers. So go and check us out. So while I keep up the conversation, you have something to trip in, you are a lover of art, bring it on. You have some questions to ask my guest, bring it on 0907-353-0044 or 09087668888. And also you can send that to us on WhatsApp on 09097054450. Are you an art lover? Do you love art? How do you feel each time you see art? Bring it on and let's see if Chimobi right here have answers to your questions this evening. All right, so back to you, Chimobi. Let's talk about the joining for you. How has it been? How has the joining been for you in the field of arts? How have you been sustaining the business and still keeping up with every other thing?
I can't lie. It's been a long road. It's been trying. Sometimes you just want to like stop. Sometimes I go on breaks and long, let's call it sabbaticals, just to like regroup and
And then you
figure
came
out
back
better
and then you
ways.
get
Yeah,
back.
yeah, figure out better ways to make my craft better. You have to like have something to show for people to actually patronize you. You have to keep working on your craft, keep making it better, and in time, you're right. Well, I call it family because it's all a family. Your right family will find you. Those people
Absolutely.
who appreciate your work will find you. Just keep working, keep doing it. But it's been a very long and stressful journey. Nigerians don't really, they love art, but it's expensive. So the average
Of
Nigerian
course,
that
but
still,
what do you think, the mage? It should be expensive. It's
yes,
not easy taking your time,
and
staying from morning till night, trying to create something with your hands. It should be
then you
expensive.
have this for the rest of your life. Yeah, it should be. It is expensive, but the average Nigerian would think, okay, instead of me to spend all this money on a piece of a painting, that's what the
Some
person.
of them call
Yeah,
it
that's
it's just
how they
painting.
think about it. On this painting that I will just hang on my wall, or on this tattoo that I have on my body. Let me use that if you look for food first. The average Nigerian will just go for that. But for those who really appreciate it, it can be rewarding. It can be very rewarding when you find somebody that really appreciates art and they're ready to like go the distance with you. It's not just about painting. Art is also in our. I think the world is full of art. Actually, art is in your hair. Your hairstylist is an artist. The person that makes your clothes, that person is an artist. The best food, cooking food is art. To join all these things together and then you make something so
And it
sweet.
becomes food.
So art is in everything we touch. People just have to understand it better. Art is in everything
All
we
right, so let's
touch.
talk about the stories. How do you guys get to put together all those stories that now become something imaginary, available, like something in the physical? How do you manage the stories?
It really just depends on the artist himself or herself. It depends on the artist and how they can interpret real life experiences. Most of my I do a lot of conscious painting. My drawings, I talk about things that happen in the country and how it affects the average Nigerian, because
Wow, you mean you
the
use the whatever is happening to
yeah.
interpret in form of art?
Yeah,
Oh
I find it,
wow.
I interpret it in my own way and hope somebody else understands it. But art
Yeah.
is also subjective. From your own view, it might be a different story, and it's still the same thing.
Yes.
It still goes with the painting or
Yeah.
the artwork.
Yeah, that's true.
So it depends on what points of view the person seeing the artwork at the time is looking at it. I might have my own story making the artwork. It might also mean something else to you when you see it. It's really just
Now that
depends.
you talk about that one, right? I have this simple art in my room. So each time I see, it's more like a woman backing another child, holding another child by the hand, entering a compound, and the compound, an elderly man is sitting by the left, someone is on the fire side by the right. So I'll now be like, each time I see this art, one of the things that made me bought the art that day was because when I see it, I feel like I am seeing myself, how I was growing up. So there was this day I was speaking to my baby sister, and I say, each time I look at this art, I feel like it's me that is in the compound by the fireside, and I have beaten someone's child in school. So the mother is walking to our compound with a child to come and report me to my dad. So and they would just laugh. And then when she looked at it, she said, "Wow, definitely that is what it looks like." Now
Yeah.
that was my own interpretation of the picture and what I saw there
Yeah.
and the background. So an artist now, like you now, might just see this painting
And then
once
see a whole
and you'll
different
just
story.
understand the whole thing. So on how you guys interpret that, man, it's so amazing. It's so amazing how you guys put all of that together. So let's talk about, how do you guys do the marketing?
No. Well, for me, it's mostly been my family and social media, and then going
Okay.
around sharing flyers or letting people know, okay, this is my handle, this is what I do. Do come by. We have a studio now. Do come by the studio. We can help you with whatever you want to get designs. With marketing, it's not like uh it's not something you can't. Okay, some people actually place their artwork on the roadside. You
I
get
think I've
where
seen few by the traffic
Yeah,
lights.
some people do get some of their artwork ready, and then they come around and put it on the roadside or on maybe at malls, if you can get someone to play and display your
Yeah,
work on the
for
mall.
you.
It all depends on what kind of art you do anyway. It all depends on what kind of art you do. People just letting people know you do this, and this is
All right, so now you have like a studio where people come and see those stuff. Before I go further, what other things do you do?
well
I mean, for a young guy like you, graduate from school and you choose to be an artist, a fine artist in that matter. So what else? What are other things that you do?
right now I'm majorly a tattoo artist. Most of my income comes from tattoos.
Okay, so the
So
painting
yeah, the paintings,
and the
I get some people buy, but most of my income comes from tattoos. I'm a tattoo artist. I do all kinds of mural paintings. I do portrait designs. You can tell me what you want, and we'll just get it in an image. I do realism. Most of my work is realism.
okay.
Yeah. Um,
All right, if you are a lover of arts, like fine arts, like I said earlier, right? I used to love art those days, especially when I'm taken to the museum and I am seeing all those arts. And you not see those African arts where mama is carrying baby on her back and she's pregnant, where she's carrying load on her head. I was like, oh my God, this is a real African woman. So if you are listening to us and you are a lover of art and you have a question or you have something to say or you want to link up with my artist sitting right here, hit us up on 090-7353-0044 or 090-87668888. You can also send that question or your thoughts to our WhatsApp number on 090-9705-4450. Okay, so right about now, let's move ahead and talk about the limitations of arts in Nigeria, of artwork in Nigeria. What do you think are some of those limitations that are holding back art from taking the first, like, let me say the first round, like the real space and position that it's supposed to take as far as Africa is concerned? Because a lot of people outside the four walls of this country, what they know us for is art. Because when I watch some foreign movies, I see how they'll say, okay, there was an art that was taken from the kingdom of this kingdom to the another kingdom. So I see how this art has taken us out there. So what do you think are some of those limitations that is really, really not bringing art to be at the limelight as it's supposed to be?
Well, right now, firstly, the economy, it affects a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, the state of the country affects a lot. But mostly, I just think we don't get a lot of publicity.
Okay.
You know, people don't really. A lot of people do not understand art. People like the aesthetics. You know, there are people that love the aesthetics, but there are also those people like us that do mostly pencil drawings or charcoal drawings. It's people would want to get something that has colors and colorful something. People don't really have the patience to read meaning into stuff like this, you know.
Yeah.
It's not catchy at first. You have to like pay attention to it. You have to be a lover of art to actually get to know this. People don't, okay, understanding art is one. Then the economy, the lack of publicity. Not a lot of people really know that, okay, art is actually a thing and you can actually get money from this. You can actually make money if you say you want to take this as a full-time career. You can actually make it. Not a lot of people make it.
Yes, yes, I
Not a
agree
lot
with
of
you.
people make it as artists, but if you are good enough in what you do, you know, make sure you're as close as you can get to perfect. Nobody's perfect. Well, as close as you can get to perfect. Keep doing what you do. Try getting other means of income while you're still growing your brand, but keep working on your grind. And
Wow,
you know,
I like
at
this
some
one.
point- at some point, you get everything you dreamed of. Art is fun. It's really fulfilling when you get something done, when you get a piece done and it looks the way you imagined it or even better.
Yeah. Anyways, if you are just joining, this is Eagles 102.3, a radio experience you can count on. And of course, Saturday Cruise Show is where you get to hang out with Holy Ray from the studio. And right about now, we are talking about art, which is fine art, and of course, which is the expression or application of human creative skills and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, or producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. And of course, I have an artist sitting right beside me right here in the person of Chumobi and Ono.
Oh no. Yes.
Ono.
Oh no.
All right, so
You have to, like, stress the
AKA the Mage. That is his name, and of course, he is the Arts Lord. I call him the Arts Lord because he sure knows how to make some magic with his fingers as far as art is concerned. All right, so now you talked about your own personal limitation as to why you think art is not yet at the limelight or in the front role as it's supposed to be in Nigeria. Do you think that Nigerians, as we now as a country, do you think we appreciate and value artists that much in the areas of fine arts?
Well, Nigerians do. Nigerians do appreciate art, but not a lot of people think it's something you can live off of.
Okay.
Like our parents, my parents don't think, even up till now, my father still
Feel like you're joking.
still skeptical about, okay, are you sure you can actually make it with this? But when he sees, okay, you did this and they paid you this amount for this work, okay, I did not know you can make this type of money with this. So it just have to, people actually have to know or appreciate your work, and you have to do something. You have to be spectacular.
Yeah,
Let's just say
in what you do.
Yeah, you have to be really good with what you do for people to actually want to, like, okay, let's put some money into this. Art is not just painting, like I said. You can somebody that does business cards, prints business cards, is an
It's
artist.
different.
So I do that
Yes.
too.
Okay, you do all of that.
Yeah, design. I do designs for business cards. I do branding for clothes. If you have a sweater and you want to like put an artwork on it, I do that
Wow.
too. So it
Okay,
doesn't have
so
to
I should
be.
be looking forward to having Eagles FM shirt or T-shirt or hoodie from you soon.
No problems. We'll get that done.
Okay, all right. So right about now, as far as art is concerned, all right, there are various types of art, and of course we have the Western tradition, and also that you know that the three classical branches of visual art are painting, sculpture, architecture, and of course theater, dance, other performing arts, as well as literature, music, film, and other media such as interactive media are included in a broader definition of art. So with this, I'm just going to ask you, which of them are you concentrating in terms of telling your story?
Mostly fine art, paintings and
Okay.
drawings. Yeah, paintings and drawings.
Okay.
Fine
Now,
art.
okay. Now you're saying that even your dad is still a little bit skeptical
Yeah.
about your work. Like, okay, this boy chose to do artwork and all of that.
Yeah.
He's not too sure, because every parent will want to hear that he is a doctor, he is a barrister, he is this and he is that. And plus, they are also looking at it like it might not face you enough money as you're supposed to be to become independent and all of that. So what do you think? Where do you see yourself in the nearest future in the business of arts, of artwork?
Well, talking about my daddy, don't get me wrong, he's supportive.
I know.
He's supportive.
No, but it's normal
He'll
with
be
every
like,
African parent.
Yeah,
I
at
remember
first-
when I said I want to go and read Mascom. Hey, alone. They delayed my admission for like 2 years back then. My dad said, no, you have to read law. You have to go and do. You have to read law. You have to read accounting. You have to do. I said, Daddy, see, it's not about me going to do this or this, but what do I have passion for? Now, what I did was that he said, Mascom is not a course that can pay money. It's not something that we make money. We cannot make money with Mascom. Mascom is just there. I said, no. Now, what I did was that I now made him. He thought he cannot be gullible, where I did. I now went to Unijos and picked a form. And I did diploma in law. I brought the admission letter. He saw that I was reading law. So in my daddy's mind, his girl was reading law. After the diploma, I pack on one side. I move ahead with my BSc in mass communication. Now, it is passion driven. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that is because right from time, I've always been admiring broadcasters. When I watch them, the way they talk on NTA and all of that, you know how it is. That was this. I'm like, they just come and just speak. They'll not open their book. As a matter of fact, I used to use my palm hand as my own news whatever bulletin.
Okay.
And I'll be and I'll be speaking in tongues. I'll be speaking English. So do you understand? So it is normal for parents to feel like, oh,
this is
what I want you to do. Yes, I have people who have even gone as far as being a priest when it's not their thing.
No.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So what they had passion for was different for what they were pushed to go for. So that is how it is with every parent.
Yeah.
You understand? So let me bring it back to my question. Where do you see yourself in the nearest future in your quest of arts work?
Well, obviously ahead of where I am currently. Of course, traveling the world, being invited to outside the country to get something done, tattoos, whatever kind of art I'm supposed to do, or just traveling the world and achieving my dreams.
All right about now, that is where I'm going to draw this curtain close, because I have about 20 minutes to take a music request from you, my darling. I can't close this show without taking your music request, and you know how we do it when you're hanging out with Holy Ray. I feel like I'm being too calm now. What is happening? No. The mage, I will not allow you to hypnotize me, because now I feel like I'm sounding like the mage. And I'm like, no, we don't do that here. Holy Ray cannot calm down. I cannot be calm now. No. I bring back my Holy Ray. So Holy Ray is back alive. All right, guys. This says Eagles 102.3. Your radio experience again counts on. Head up to our YouTube channel, social media handle, and follow us at Eagles FM Abuja, and follow me at Holy Ray. But before I wrap up the segment, let me get to hear the social media handles of my guests. How do we meet you?
Well, on Instagram, it's damage _ng. THEMAGE_NG.
Okay.
And on Snapchat, TikTok, it's the Mage Studio, right? Yeah, the Mage Studio, the Mage Tattoo Studio.
Okay.
The Mage Tattoo Studio is on Snapchat. On Snapchat, it's the Mage Tattoo Studio. On TikTok, the Mage Tattoo Studio. On Facebook, I just go by my government name, Chima Onu.
All right, there you get it. Of course, with the last few seconds, what do you have to say to Eagles FM?
Well, I'm so happy and I'm glad, and thank you for having me. Thank you, Holy Way, for having me. It's been a trip. I think this is actually my first time on radio.
Woo! So Eagles FM just broke that spell. So right about now you are international.
I hope to come back here sometime. Well, we've been on TV once.
Okay, so we are wrapping up the segments, but looking behind me, okay, you might just have to go back and just pick the ad and let me show it now. Okay, so these are the work that the Mage does. All right, so just like you know, Eagles FM do not only broadcast, give you news, give information. We also try to encourage young people, all right, to show us what they've got. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have to give to the world? What do you have that you think is going to make the world say, wow, what is it? So right now, it is that segment where we get to encourage youth, everyone out there that is doing something. You have a handwork, put more enthusiasm to your handwork and see how you can make a better place. And of course, with that, you will get people patronizing. I believe that when you're doing something, you get people to patronize it. But when you're not doing anything, what are we going to be patronizing you for?
Yes,
so this is what the Mage does. He's an
just make
fine
sure you love
artist.
What you do.
All right, so love what you do. That is the last word from the Mage. And of course, people, that is how I wrap up with the Mage. Moving ahead is few minutes for me to take my music request from you, my darling. So who is right there? Keep your music request segment coming through on 09073530044 or 09087668888. It is Eagles. Holy Ray is here. Don't to go nowhere. But keep it locked in and keep your calls coming through. Okay, someone is right here. Hello.
Mr. Oli.
Yeah, baby. What's up?